Have you ever wondered about the events that can change the course of history, especially when it involves aviation tragedies? Let's take a step back to March 3rd, 1974, a day that started like any other for the passengers of Turkish Airlines Flight 981, a wide-bodied DC-10 aircraft packed with 346 souls, each with their own stories, hopes, and dreams. The plane was set on a course from Istanbul, Turkey to London, England, a journey that was expected to be nothing more than routine. As the engines roared to life and the plane took to the skies, the passengers settled in, oblivious to the impending catastrophe. The flight attendants began their service, the hum of conversation filled the cabin, and the children pressed their faces against the windows, marveling at the world shrinking beneath them. But then, in a dreadful twist of fate, an unforeseen malfunction occurred. The cargo door of the DC-10, a seemingly insignificant part of this giant bird of steel, ripped off. This sudden event led to a catastrophic chain reaction. The loss of the cargo door resulted in a rapid decompression, causing the floor of the passenger cabin to collapse onto the control lines of the aircraft. With the control lines severed, the pilots found themselves in an unimaginable situation. Their aircraft, once a marvel of human engineering, had turned into an uncontrollable behemoth. The engines, once the heart of the airplane, now roared in protest and began to fail. The pilots wrestled with the controls, but it was to no avail, and in a mere matter of moments, the fate of Flight 981 was sealed. The worst fears became reality when Flight 981 crashed, resulting in an unimaginable loss of life. The day was March 3rd, 1974. An ordinary day turned into a nightmare as Turkish Airlines Flight 981 plummeted to the ground after the cargo door of the DC-10 aircraft tore off, leading to catastrophic engine failure and loss of control. The immediate aftermath was a scene of utter devastation. Rescue and recovery teams rushed to the site, confronted with a horrifying spectacle. The aircraft, once a marvel of human ingenuity, was reduced to a twisted, smoldering heap of metal. The ground was scarred by the impact, a grim testament to the power of the crash. The shock and grief that ensued were palpable, rippling out from the top of the crash site and enveloping the world. Families, friends, and loved ones from Turkey to Britain and beyond were plunged into mourning. News of the crash spread like wildfire, leaving a trail of sorrow in its wake. The world watched in stunned silence as the magnitude of the tragedy gradually unfolded. Among the passengers on board, there was a significant number of Brits, their dreams and futures extinguished in those fateful 77 seconds. In total, there were 346 fatalities, each one a life cut short, a story left unfinished. Rescue teams worked tirelessly, their faces etched with determination and sorrow, sifting through the wreckage in a desperate search for survivors. But the scale of the disaster was overwhelming. The task was heartbreaking, each discovery a stark reminder of the human cost of the tragedy. In the face of such a disaster, heroes emerged. Ordinary people displaying extraordinary courage, kindness, and resilience. They worked hand in hand, united by a shared purpose, to bring solace to the bereaved and to ensure that the victims did not become mere statistics. In those 77 catastrophic seconds, 346 lives were tragically lost. The crash of Flight 981 was not just a devastating incident, but a moment that would forever be etched in the annals of aviation history. The crash of Flight 981 was not just a tragedy, it was a catalyst for change. This catastrophe signaled the need for a shift in the aviation sector. The subsequent lawsuits against McDonnell Douglas and Turkish Airlines, the companies responsible, were due to design flaws and insufficient training, contributing to the loss of 346 lives. This tragic incident the necessity for detailed safety measures and rigorous oversight in air transport. It further revealed that complacency is not an option when lives are risk. This triggered a profound reassessment of the industry's practices, shifting from reactive to safety regulations. The mishap highlighted the critical role of thorough safety checks and crew training. The relentless pursuit skies post this disaster has significantly transformed airline safety protocols and continues to shape the sector. The crash of Turkish Airlines Flight 981 remains one of the deadliest aviation disasters, a stark reminder of the importance of relentless vigilance in aviation safety.